Hi, Timothy Carlson here, and anytime is a good time to go back into the world of classic hard rock and heavy metal. Today we're going to take a look at the Ronnie James Dio era of Black Sabbath and a great new reissue that's just come out. This is the Super Deluxe edition of Black Sabbath Live Evil. 1982 live album from Black Sabbath featuring Ronnie James Dio on lead vocals. Technically the first ever officially released band-sanctioned Black Sabbath live album. I'm going to unbox this release, share my opinions, and let you know if this one gets my recommendation or not. So, nice close-up here. We got the classic artwork with all the images depicting the songs on the album. Spine text pretty much just gives the name of the album, the package. Bottom's just got a little bit of copyright info there. Top is just plain black. Here's our backing card on the back, pictures of the band members, track lists, so forth. Underneath that, we have something a little more plain. I really do wish they'd put numbers next to the song titles. I don't really think that's too much to ask. Now let's see what we get in here. I put the hype sticker from the shrink wrap there so I don't have to throw it out. And as usual, they have the little ribbon so you can get stuff out a little easier. That's nice. And now we'll go through here piece by piece and look at what we get. First of all, we got a really nice looking hardbound book here. Inside here we got some pretty cool like concert poster photos and tour ads and so forth. I won't go through every single page of this, but you got some very nice looking stuff in here, and I think any fan will definitely want to sit down and read this and everything that's to be had in here. We then get I believe this is a replica tour program from when they recorded the album. So, got some vintage words and photographs in there that are very nice. That looks absolutely gorgeous. This, of course, would have been right after Vinny Appice first joined the band. When Ronnie James Dio left the group, he took Vinny Appice with him, and they were both in the first lineup of the band Dio. And right here we have a poster. And that's very cool, of course, depicting this lineup of the group. I actually wouldn't mind getting this framed and hanging that up on my YouTube wall. And then we get to the actual CDs. CDs 1 and 2 in this package are the original album remastered. And they've been made these with little gatefolds like what you'd get in a vintage vinyl record release, so I really do like that. Yeah, the actual CDs, they put them in these little plastic sleeves. I'm not really a fan of these because they can really easily get creased and bent. I actually prefer the paper ones because they're a little easier to get in and out. But I do like that they're at least trying to keep the discs a little more protected, so that's a good thing. Then we have CD 2 of the original album right there. And then also included in this package, we get the complete album remixed for the anniversary. So that's very interesting looking packaging here. Photos of the band members, very cool. Here's CD 3 or CD 1 of the remixed version. And this side we get CD 4 or CD 2 of the remixed version. Live Evil is certainly an interesting story. This album actually went head-to-head with Ozzy Osbourne's Speak of the Devil, on which he covered Black Sabbath songs. So he had like 2 live albums of Black Sabbath material that came out right around the same time. I think both albums have their merits and both sound absolutely great, but kind of hard to pick a favorite there. Live Evil is interesting compared to other live releases that had Ronnie James Dio with Black Sabbath because he actually performed some of the Ozzy-era Black Sabbath songs on here, something that would never be done again anytime that he rejoined the band. And those renditions will certainly never replace the Ozzy ones, but they're a very nice, very interesting curiosity for fans of the group. And of course, most of the track list is comprised of songs that were pulled from the 2 studio albums Ronnie James Dio had done with Black Sabbath at the time, Heaven and Hell and The Mob Rules. So you get some great renditions of some of the best songs Black Sabbath ever did with one of their finest singers, including Neon Nights, Voodoo, Children of the Sea, Heaven and Hell. The list goes on, but there are some great tunes to be had here, and those combined with Dio's renditions of the Ozzy tunes makes for some very interesting listening. There was a lot of dispute between the band members behind the scenes regarding the mixing of the album, and this supposedly is what led to Vinny and Ronnie leaving the band. I can't really guarantee the accuracy of that story, but it's an interesting piece of history, and of course the band is firing on all cylinders, and this just fully shows the revitalized Dio-fronted Black Sabbath on live stages doing what they do best. It's just a shame this era of the band ended not too terribly long after that, but it did lead to us getting the band Dio, so that's not all bad. Again, we get two versions of the album here. We get the original album remastered, plus the remixed version. Now, I am not some super audiophile who can discern massive differences when it comes to different mixes of things, but from what I can tell, I would say the remixed version maybe has a little more energy and a little more punch to it. That seems to be the consensus with a lot of these, remixed, newer mixed versions of older albums, and honestly, I think that's a good thing. It sounds very powerful and certainly does justice to the songs that are on here. As you saw, we got plenty of swag in this box, and there's some very cool items that I think fans will be happy with. The only complaint I really have with this package is it does not include any actual audio bonus material. It would have been nice if we could have gotten some, additional alternate version cuts of these songs, because they would have performed the same songs multiple times on different stages, and maybe even live versions of some of the songs that didn't make it onto the album. For example, one really great and pretty popular song from this era that did not make it onto the Live Evil album was Lady Evil. I mean, did they perform Lady Evil on other tour dates? And if so, why couldn't we get something like that in this package? Lack of audio bonus material is really my only complaint here. I think any fan of Black Sabbath or Ronnie James Dio will absolutely want to add this to their collections. I think I got this in a store on sale for about $50, which is not bad given the wealth of material you get. Are you a Black Sabbath fan? Do you think the Dio era is the best? Have you added this deluxe edition of Live Evil to your library yet? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, as I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.